Really? A 5-minute video to analyze a minute-long teaser trailer? Wow, this guy's washed. Listen, it's their job to release the teasers, and it's mine to dissect it. And this time around, there actually is a few blinky you'll miss it moments in this one. So without further distraction, let's get into it. We've known since the original roadmap teaser that the next update is a song pack Pitstop, meaning it's not a major update like Playable Pico. And now we know it's dropping March 31st, just over 2 weeks from the trailer. Actually, knowing my work ethic, this video will probably be dropping a full month after the update is out. But if you're not watching this in late April, hey, this stuff may surprise you. The trailer opens with the Newgrounds and Funkin logo before trailing into a rapid-fire, blurry, hard-to-interpret visuals. But thankfully, videos can be paused. We see a glimpse of girlfriend, boyfriend's icon, Pico's game over, boyfriend's excellent results screen, Monster in his Christmas getup, then Senpai and Pico's Week 6 dialogue sprites. After that little opening teaser, we're introduced to the trailer properly, with the title Pitstop Update and Song Pack. 4 stage backgrounds can be seen on this screen: the Mall, Weekend 1, Senpai, and what appears to be the erect background for Week 7. This character taking a swig of ale is the foul-mouthed smoker talking to Cap at the beginning of Take Man 2. His name is Ted, and despite being stabbed in the back, he's actually still alive. Finally, we're told the amount of songs this pack will provide, 5, before delving into a few of the other features that will be provided. Stage variants, new events, and finally, the 5 confirmed songs themselves. Darnell Erect, Lit Up Boyfriend version, Coco, Stress, and Senpai Pico versions. Darnell Erect is particularly exciting since it's the first Erect remix of a Weekend song. Of course, the opponent will be Pico due to it being a Weekend remix, but for some reason I thought that because there were Boyfriend mixes of Weekend songs that we weren't getting Erect mixes, so it's cool to see Weekends getting the main week treatment. These full renders, made by Dozen Rays of course, briefly flicker into pixelated sprites, giving us first glimpse at how Pico and Nene will look in their Week 6 mixes. Darnell's render doesn't change, however, and that makes sense considering he currently isn't playable and wouldn't appear in Senpai's world. This next part is really exciting. They go down the roadmap since the Weekend 1 update to show past stops, and eventually go even further down to show the next destination. The teaser flickers through a few choices before finally landing on Week 8, the first main story week going to be added to Funkin in nearly 4 years. The other things this teaser flickers through before this announcement, however, also raised a few eyebrows, and could be teases for updates even further in the future. There's mobile version, one of the tiers on the Funkin Kickstarter we've known about for a while, but maybe it's coming to fruition sooner than expected. Sex Update is clearly a joke referencing the Minecraft Sex Update meme, but between you and me, I think Microsoft need to give the people what they want. Weekend 2, obviously another week featuring Pico since Phantom Arcade confirmed weekends are his side story. Custom characters is another Kickstarter goal, and as stated in a previous video of mine, may be one of the 9 playable characters in the game. Network and multiplayer are the next 2, and sort of go hand in hand. The networking system either being a global leaderboard or a method of loading mods. And based on the fact that there's currently unused Newground login assets in the game files, likely means that it will be tied to that account. Multiplayer is a cool concept explored in the fan game Online Versus, though that's more like tandem play, and I could see base Funkin being competitive like Guitar Hero Sabotage gameplay. Week 9 is seen very briefly. The only info we have on that is that it's not Hank, but there is a song called Homicide. We also see Dearest's Done before being cut off, likely the word dungeon. I've seen people theorize this to be sort of a marathon mode, a playlist of songs all in a row, non-stop randomized, which is a cool concept, but currently we only have the name and nothing else, so teeny tiny grain of salt with that one. Playable character also briefly appears, and I actually covered this topic in a previous video, so if you want to know who it could be, wink wink point point. The last of these is Song Pack 2, the sequel to the next upcoming update. I've been dying for MILF Erect since the initial Erect teaser, so hopefully Song Pack 2, or an earlier update, will finally let us hear the full version of that song. Strangely enough, 2 extra potential updates were included in the TikTok version of this teaser trailer: Madness and Weekend 3. This left fans to speculate that maybe Hank would be an opponent in Weekend 3. We do know that Hank is coming to the base game eventually, so the likelihood that Madness is a Madness Combat update to Funkin is pretty high. Or it could be another difficulty like Nightmare but harder. But we also know that Hank isn't coming in Weekend 3, since weekends are Pico's side story featuring Pico characters. These scrolling options before landing on Week 8 are most likely future planned updates, we just don't know the order. The teaser then pans out in a misty looking room with the game's logo on a distant CRT screen, perhaps teasing the locale this next week takes place in. Playing with the brightness and contrast gives a bit of a better look at the scenery, with what appears to be many more CRTs that are off. Perhaps this is the aforementioned Dearest's Dungeon, or just a cool visual to send off the teasers. Then a subway flies by, revealing boyfriend and girlfriend still waiting for their train in the same location as the roadmap teaser, clearly playing Funkin on their phones as you hear girlfriend wrapping up fresh and the result music start to play. This implies that the mobile build of Funkin could be closer than we initially thought. The description of the teaser reads 5 songs, new animations, bug fixes, everything a cute little stop needs before the real fun begins. The wry little question mark next to the amount of songs tells us that maybe the teaser isn't showcasing everything we're going to be seeing. Or does it? Why in the opening of the teaser did they show Monster in his Christmas outfit? Seems kind of out of place considering everything else in the video is a direct tease of confirmed upcoming content. My bet is that if there were actually more than 5 songs in this pack, then either Winter Horrorland Direct or Winter Horrorland Pico version is on the horizon. It's going to be really cool hearing a new song for Monster, especially considering how much of a fan favorite he is. Also, the fact that the description mentions before the real fun begins leaves me to believe that this next set of updates teased in the trailer are going to be massive additions to the game. But we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks for watching, and until next time.